Hello there and welcome. We are Fusion Lab. We have a change of name. We used to be the Fantastic Three, now we're Fusion Lab. And today we're talking about Star Wars, as now we cover more than just Marvel. And we're talking about the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So this is episode 1 and 2 recap and kind of a review, trying to find little Easter eggs and stuff. But I'll let Ashley start the episode because he's our Star Wars guru.
Star Wars guru. Right, so obviously with the first episode, we start off with the recap of Obi-Wan, and it gives us like the lowdown of like his like journey through the first 3 films, and then we get to Order 66, which shows the fall of the Jedi, and we think that Reva's Reva named the
Reva, yeah.
What's the second sister in it? So we think that she's going to be the main one. So why do you reckon she becomes evil then?
You mean out of the younglings that were training?
Yeah.
You mean the younglings that were training? Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I can see it being her because obviously they panned the camera to that young child that has some resemblance maybe. So yeah, I would feel like the younglings, I feel like they wouldn't have done that if there wasn't a reason, you know. They're just they're not going to let us relive that moment again. So yeah,
I would love to know what her issue is with Obi-Wan. Did they talk about that?
Yeah,
or is that what you're on about? Is that what you're trying to figure out?
Yeah. Because obviously she shouldn't have an issue with Obi-Wan at the minute.
No,
really. Let's be honest. So yeah, that's
because he was still fighting at this point, wasn't he? Because is this in time with Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah.
So he's still fighting for the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I can't really understand what. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously we're gonna find out that storyline a lot later down the line, I believe.
I think in the next couple.
I have a feeling she's quite a big actress, so I can't imagine her getting sort of shooed away. So maybe they'll do like you could get a bit part series on Disney Plus of her storyline and her background of why there is an anger towards Obi-Wan.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. And then we get, speaking of the Inquisitors, we get then introduced to the Grand Inquisitor, the 5th brother, and then Reeve when they all come over Tatooine in their ship, which a lot of people say it reminds of them of Pac-Man with the ship.
I see that.
It looked like Pac-Man. And they're hunting a Jedi, which.
So, wait, this is a quick trivia question. What's the R2D2 looking thing, but with a red hat? It's literally like R2D2, but with a red hat.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but it's that one is in episode 4. You see him. There's a bit when they're going through Mos Eisley. Yeah, he's in it. There's a bit when they go through Mos Eisley and you see him like sort of in the background.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's Mos Eisley. It's the city. The little city that they go to on Tatooine.
Yeah, I just wanted to try and catch you out.
And then obviously we get the Grand Inquisitor comes out, who I can't remember who plays him, but a lot of people were complaining about, obviously because he's in Rebels, which is set 5 years afterwards, and
his appearance has changed a little bit as well, isn't it? From Rebels to this. Yeah. And they still have the dark yellow eye, glowing yellow eyes. I know that they still got them.
When the trailer came out, it got a lot of hate, didn't it?
Yeah, because
it was a bit like the She-Hulk one, where She-Hulk come up and it's got a lot of hate for the CGI.
Yeah, but if you look at the CGI for that, the trailer for She-Hulk's been put on Disney Plus now. The CGI has actually been tweaked.
Yeah,
so a lot of people think that it's not completely finished. So obviously we come out and we introduce we've got the 5th brother, who seems to be pretty much on the Grand Inquisitor's side. And
that
then you've got
brother, random little fat. That's Han in Fast and Furious, isn't it? You ever seen Fast and Furious? That's who plays Han in Fast and Furious. Yeah, that's just.
I was thinking it because
I believe it is anyway.
I think because I saw a TikTok the other day and someone put, obviously because Han and Han Solo, someone put a TikTok of the 5th brother and then put Han spotted in Obi-Wan. And I was sitting there for ages and I was watching, I was thinking, where? I was like, is Han Solo in the background? And then I Googled it and then it was because his hand in so then obviously they go into the saloon, and obviously there's a Jedi hiding out, and they say like they know what they're doing, they know what they're after. They said they're hunting, what is it, little scraps, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They said they were hunting scraps of, but they want bigger. She obviously wants bigger fish, which is obviously Obi-Wan and everything. And then they obviously get a hold of the Jedi, but he manages to escape. But I noticed as well that the bit when she throws the knife at his head and he forces it, if you listen to the Jedi, he doesn't actually sound. He sounds like he says Ahsoka, because he goes, you'll never find us like that. And then he obviously then does the bit when she holds the lightsaber to his arm and burns a bit of his arm.
Random little thing on that, right? Do you know when they're in that bar or wherever it is, the capital, wherever they are, when they're talking, the Grand Inquisitor actually stares at the Jedi like while talking as well. So it's like he sort of knows that it's him.
They do. They know. They can.
Waiting
You
for
can
it,
tell.
you know, just wait.
They know. That's what they say, don't they? That's why Obi-Wan doesn't. That's why he told him to. Well, when you get further into it, he tells him to bury the lightsaber, and don't use the Force, because as soon as they use it, they can tell when it's been used. They can detect it. That's why they don't use it. That's why it's been hidden. That's why he doesn't use his lightsaber. So carry on back. But then this is where we also see how impulsive she is.
Yeah,
and that's what they get annoyed about, because she's so impulsive. She just wants to get down to business straight away.
Yeah, she's very much like I said, like a sort of like kid throwing their toys out the pram. She's like, I want this, and they were like, no, we need to focus on this. He's gone. Just accept that he's gone. But as I said, there's got to be a reason why she's after.
So I mean, I'm looking forward to that to finding out the reason why, you know, because it's clearly a new storyline that we're going to see.
Yeah,
because there's got to be a reason why she wants Obi-Wan so much. Why, as I said, maybe she really wants. I've got a feeling that maybe she just, because she knows that Anakin and Obi-Wan were once Padawan and learner, like, you know, Padawan master, and that maybe she thinks that if she gets to Obi-Wan, Darth Vader's going to.
But I didn't think anyone was allowed to know Anakin was Darth Vader.
That's another thing.
Yeah, but because that's what Darth Vader, because Darth Vader in the other ones, if you knew he was Anakin, he would have killed you.
He killed you, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's what it was.
That's why no one can. That's why people can't work out how she knows, because he wouldn't have told her.
No.
Or you don't think he would have told her.
That's
why it's funny at the end, because when Thingy then says, I don't know, we'll carry on, because you just get too excited.
Just
come back. Come back to it.
I genuinely think that Anakin might have been the one that saved her.
Do you reckon?
Because I do think that he's, because there's got to be a reason how she, because as I said, a lot of people in the comics and all that are set between 3 and 4, a lot of people who found out that Darth Vader was Anakin, were killed, even when they were Imperial. There was one guy, I think the only one who knew was the Emperor. Tarkin didn't find out until like later on down the line, but a lot of them were killed like as soon as they found out, and all that sort of stuff. So then we get introduced to Obi-Wan again after 10 years of
when he's eating he's eating a wow. What is it?
Yeah, I was wondering. I think I don't know what it is. I don't know.
You don't know what it is?
No.
How are we meant to be bringing premium Star Wars content and you don't know what they're eating?
I think it's. I don't know what it is. The only thing I can think of. I can't. The only thing I could meat-wise I could think of that it might be a blurg off of the Mandalorian.
Fair enough. We won't hold it against you. We won't hold this against you.
I'm sure I'll find out. But obviously
he's
so he's working with what looks like a low money as well, because you have that guy when he gets his credits out, he turns around and goes,
I have my family.
I've got a family.
Yeah.
So he must be not getting a lot. And then he's living in the cave. That's the thing. He hasn't even got a house yet, because obviously in episode 4, he's already got a house. But in this, he's living in a cave, obviously watching over Luke still. And Dean, did you want to?
He's befriended a Jabba. That's quite funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
because they're known for just stealing and which is funny because of what happens when he's like, "Oh, your thingy doesn't
This-
work. You're missing
Yeah.
this from. Oh no, I'm missing this from my thing. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've got one of them. And then he's like, well, at least if you're going to steal from me, at least clean it. And then he's
Clean
like,
it, yeah.
cleaning costs more. I thought that
You
was quite
had,
funny. That's quite funny. It's an interesting relationship, that.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll survive it.
Yeah. Well.
What was it? One of you said about the toy that he got.
Oh, the
you
toy.
got off
Yeah.
the Jawa.
Is the toy that he got? Is that the one from the one Luke's
The
playing
Sky-
with? You know,
Skyhopper.
when he's sitting on the thing and he's playing with it.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing, or is that like
Yeah,
what people
I'm
reckon it
assuming.
is? Because it
I
looks
think
exactly
it's
the same.
I think we'll
Yeah.
find that answer as well by the
Yeah.
end of this series if it will be the same one. I'm going to take a hunch, and it's really not a big punt, but I'm going to say it is.
Yeah, I
It's gonna be
reckon. Also, whose is the Jedi belt? Do they know whose that is, or is that the guy
He
that was
said-
running away?
I don't know. He said that the Jawa said that we salvaged the Jedi ship, which the only thing that I can think of is maybe Obi-Wan had that ship when he's landed on Tatooine.
Tatooine, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then- And then obviously just, like dumped it. Or the only other option I could think of is if there was a Jedi cruiser that came down or whatever like that, or like an old Jedi cruiser that came crashing down or something like that.
Fair enough. And then we have
Okay, fair.
flashbacks.
Yes.
Mm.
Did you want to talk about that a bit?
Oh, he can. He's just
Or race.
reliving everything, isn't he?
Yeah.
One thing I was saying this. Obviously, when they done the flashbacks in the dream, there was young Anakin from episode 1. Obi didn't know young Anakin though, did he? The young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
he
have
took
a
him under his
relationship
wing.
with him. Not from episode 1. He didn't, because that was.
Qui-Gon. He took him under when
Yeah.
Qui-Gon got killed.
Yeah, but they knew each other, didn't they?
Right,
Yeah.
I see what you mean. So, because a lot,
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because a
That's
lot
like
of
when
people
him-
say.
Go on.
Oh, go on, then. No, go on.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. When Anakin's sitting on, when he's running around, getting chased by, they think they've lost him, don't they? But he's sitting on top of the thing, and he's doing like that. It's the driving emotion. It's like, and then that's just showing off, like Obi-Wan of what Anakin was like
Yeah.
when he was younger.
Oh, yeah, the pod race. Yeah, the pod
Yeah.
racing. Yeah.
But
Because they were saying a lot of it. The reason that a lot of people say that Anakin turned to the dark side is because with Qui-Gon was, because he wasn't on the council in episode 1, it's because Qui-Gon knew that the Jedi were losing their ways, and he still believed in the attachment. Because obviously they say that when you're a Jedi, you can't have love, you can't have attachments, you've got to let everything go. And obviously Qui-Gon was the one that didn't believe in that. So he sort of, Qui-Gon was the father figure that Anakin needed. And they're saying that they're saying that if Qui-Gon was still alive, he would have steered him in the right direction, because Obi-Wan was almost, Anakin was forced upon him. At the end, he was like, can you look after him? And obviously Obi-Wan was the one that still believed in
It was his last
attachment
dying
that-
wish. He couldn't.
yeah.
yeah,
And he turned around and said, then he goes, I want you trained, but obviously Obi-Wan still believes in that Jedi should do this, do that, and all that. And obviously it's not that's the path that he's gone on, with not like looking after him properly.
Mm.
And then we've got the bit when he meets the Jedi.
Yep, I was
The
going to say
demon
that.
saying a minute ago.
Yeah,
Go on, I'll let you do this bit.
I don't really know those, but he was basically, he pretended he was like, he knows who he was, but Obi-Wan was like, no, I'm Ben, and he was
But he's
like,
putting on sort of a
no, you're not.
fake voice
not.
as well, didn't he? It changed his voice a little bit as well.
But then it's understandable why he was doing it, because the old Yoda told him at the end of episode 3 to, the film 3. I know the episodes, whether they are, it would get confusing if you start an episode.
Yeah, of course.
TV show. So like the film 3, he said at the end of that, he was like, you need to look after the boy. Did he say the boy, didn't he? I don't think they had the name, did they? He was like, you need to look after the boy at all costs. Like, so just basically don't go anywhere. You have to look after him. So the protection's around the kid. So him not telling him who he is.
If he get caught,
understandable,
if he got caught,
if he
then
gets
they
caught,
would,
they'll go for the kid.
They know why he's there. Then they'll put 2 and 2 together as such.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then obviously, then he gives him some friendly advice and says, "You need to just go out into the sand, and just bury your lightsaber, and just don't, just leave this life."
Nari, his name is Nari. Nari, the Jedi.
Yeah.
Nari,
which is what we see happens later on and we find out what happened to his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, and then the next scene is we go into the first look at Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And I think this is
Young Leia.
really good.
Casting.
Yeah, it is. She does really
and
well
obviously
at it as well.
Get to see what Alderaan looks like, because obviously you haven't seen much of Alderaan, because obviously, spoilers, it gets blown up in New Hope, and it gets blown up by the Death Star. But it's good, and the little droid.
I know.
Lola.
Bebop.
Lola.
Bebop's
Lola, is it?
Lola.
Lola's a name,
Lola.
but like I don't know the actual.
I think if I remember rightly, it's LU-1U or something like that. It's like it's spelled.
I know it's
Lola
definitely
in, like,
Lola.
droid. Yeah, Lula or Lola, isn't it?
It's
And
definitely
obviously we
Lola.
can see that-
Definitely Lola.
To be fair though, we say that it's our first introduction to her. It's not.
Yeah, because she
used the disguise. She used that other lady to other kid to be her, so she could go out in the fields and run around.
And run around.
But it's quite good though, because that's what Padme used to do as well when she used to use the handmaidens. So that was quite a good sort of not flashback, but sort of anything you can do, I can do as well. Yeah, resemblance. Yeah, it's good.
But I think so you could definitely tell she's got like the attitude as well, Padme. Because if you watch the Clone Wars series, there's a lot of like her attitude in that Padme's got in Clone Wars is very much the same as what Leia's got in this. And then obviously we get the bit when we see her family and we get that cousin that a lot of people are saying that they hope that he is on Alderaan when it gets blown up. And all that. And then obviously we see C-3PO as well. We see him over in the corner.
You see R2D2 as well. Apparently, I saw. You've got to look really carefully in the scene, but apparently you see him. I could.
Can I just go back a little bit?
Yeah.
You've massively missed out one of
you've missed
bit.
Loads.
What have I missed?
You've missed loads.
We've missed out the bit where Ben,
not
Bone.
Ben.
Is it Ben?
Owen
and
Ben
goes to meets Ben and Ben says,
that's
I don't want this stuff.
That's what I was going to talk about. I had that. Yeah.
I don't want this stuff.
You've got it wrong way around.
Yeah, that's the wrong way around.
I've got the wrong way around,
Yeah. So, and then he talks to him, and then that's when. But then this is where a lot of people. I've seen this a lot, and a lot of people are really confused about this because obviously when the Inquisitor comes and or the other lady comes and they're trying to find Obi-Wan and or the Jedi that they're after because they don't know that Obi-Wan's literally over there.
No.
Yeah.
But she can read minds like a Jedi can. So when she's talking to Owen, how can she not sense that?
I thought
read his mind that Obi-Wan is literally
just over him. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
and it's not even like you can turn around and go, she can't read minds though, because in the second episode she does it.
She does it, didn't she?
So it's like why did she not do that? She obviously picked him up for a reason.
Yeah, and how did she know he was a farmer as well? She turns around and says, when he turns around and says Owen, she goes, what's your name? Owen, and she goes, farmer, right? And then I was sitting there, how do you know that? She obviously, in his head, she obviously knows.
Sus,
but can sense that he's a farmer. And then obviously,
I like where she chopped the hand off. That was quite a good little scene. Yeah. Just to show basically she is just so ruthless and she don't care.
Yeah. I mean, even the fifth brother, he's got issues. I mean, you could tell that he's not liking her. Like as I said, he pins her up against the wall. None of them like her. It's like no.
Well, they call it's jumping to episode 2, but they call her like they say they picked her up from the gutter. They call her like a rat. Yeah. They're like, so I know it's jumping forward and I'm bringing it back, but there's obviously reasons why they don't like her, sort of because maybe of how she came to them. Yeah.
There's got to be. Yeah. There's got to be a reason why. As I said, I think we're going to probably find out why, but there's got to be a reason why she's not like where she's cut, why she doesn't like Obi-Wan and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but as Reese telling us, the bit when she chops her arm off, there's literally just no sort of like hesitation or anything, is there? It's like boom,
it's just
done. Yeah,
just done.
And then we go to the bit that you were just talking about.
Yeah, Princess Leia and her family. Yeah, that's it. I've got it. Yeah, I think I've got it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got it written. Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to meet him, and then they meet him, and then obviously, like you said, the kid takes the mickey out of her. But then people were saying about because obviously she's a Jedi.
Yeah.
Which we find out later. We don't find out in any of the originals, do we?
No, number six. It's number 6 that you find that. Well, it's Return of the Jedi that you find out that she's related to Luke, and then it's not till I think episode 8 that you really see like a sort of
using
you find
the
out that
Force.
she done a bit of training.
Because people were saying that. Do you reckon she uses like a mind, like the mind trick where they can read people's minds?
Trick, yeah.
Do you reckon she used that to figure out that about his issues?
Could have been.
Because from my understanding, they're not really close, so I don't imagine them going out and talking and playing together.
No, and he was.
She knows a lot about him.
Yeah.
She was like, "You're just scared. You're just thingy. You're just," and he's very like intimate about it. It's like, wow, she must know a lot, and I don't understand how.
Really sense it.
Yeah.
And obviously, we move on to the bit when I will say this was very sort of cheesy. The bit where she's getting chased and kidnapped.
Yeah.
Well, she was talking to her mum and thingy first, wasn't she? And then he was like,
after the row with the cousin.
That's it. And then he was like, "Oh, I'll see you downstairs in a minute." And then he comes out and he goes, "She's gone again."
Yeah.
And then you've got that awkward, like, just grab her chase.
Yeah, but I thought it was quite cool. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it was.
It was cool.
I thought it was
but some
good.
bits you were sitting there and you were like, just grab her. Just not grabbing her.
But then if you did that, the scene would be over in 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm telling you, though, a soldier like that is not getting hit by a tree trunk and dying. Like, she hopped over the tree, she hopped under the tree, he ran into the tree and
I mean, they're meant to be professional bounty hunters.
Sort your act out, bounty hunter.
They're meant to be the professional bounty hunters, and they can't even just grab a kid.
Sort your act out.
You said something interesting, Reese, about one of the kidnappers.
Apparently, he's one of the main band members in Foo Fighters. I've seen that a lot on our Twitter this week. I've seen that a lot on Twitter. I'm not sure it's true. I've got no reason to disbelieve it's true. In fact, while you are talking, I'm going to go fact check this. 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right, so we get to the scene where we pan back to Obi-Wan sitting down, and his beeper goes off.
Yeah,
beaker,
so
he kicks it out, and it's I can't remember what's his name.
Bail
Organa.
Yeah,
and he's saying about he needs to go and find Leia and rescue her because she's been taken, and he's the only man for the job. He's the only man that understands
how
important she is, and he's the only one. He is the only one. No one else can do it, and this is where you show how. I think the first episode's really a lot about showing how much he's committed to looking after. No, it's not even that. How backwards he went after what happened to Anakin, because he went from being well good and like really good at being a Jedi to just now eating or cutting up meat for a living and not doing anything. Doesn't even want to touch his lightsaber. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't even want to use the Force. Doesn't do anything. And
going back to the cutting the meat thing, I'm surprised that he doesn't get caught. Because whenever you see it now, he usually cuts up a bit of meat and puts it in this thing. You sit there and wonder, like, how doesn't he get caught?
Just
like doing it.
Quick update on fact checked. So I was partly right. So the main bounty hunter is the musician Flea, who is the founding member and bassist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, not Foo Fighters. So I'd say I was 50-50 on that.
50,
that's all right. And then so then we go to that, and he's still talking to him about it, and then he's like, "Oh, get someone else," and he's like, "There is no one else." And then we go to the scene where obviously the bounty hunters have got Leia and they get her out, and then she's just being her normal self, feisty. I'll get out of this. I'm going to get an army sent to me.
Yeah, I like that. That was
an army's going to come and find me. I'm going to get out of this. They're laughing at her like no one's going to come get you. Like it's not going to happen.
Was that before or after that the guy come to see Obi-Wan, didn't he? And was like, "What did you just say that? Sorry."
Yeah, we've just done that. No, we've done that.
Sorry. Was that what I was fact checking?
Yeah, and then it goes from that to obviously
Episode
where
2, isn't it?
They've been at work, they've come back, and they've just got off the thing. And as they're walking into the village, they see the Jedi that they
Oh
were
yeah, the
hunting.
dead,
Yeah, he's
dead.
dangling, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, so he died, and I think that's what really
they've
hits
hung
him in
him
the
up.
head. I think because I
Yeah,
think that's really
yeah.
the turn. I think he thinks,
It's a wake up call, isn't it?
yeah, something, don't know, something needs to happen, and then obviously someone else is at his place, isn't it? Aren't they? His
Oh yeah,
older,
Bao turned. Yeah,
he came, didn't he,
yeah, Bao turned up.
and said, "Look,
I thought it was going to
need-
be another runaway Jedi.
yeah." To be fair, I didn't think
Also,
it'd be
I know that.
him. I did
No,
not think
I didn't
it'd
think
be
he'd
him.
travel that way. But obviously he's got to go and convince him, and
Yeah.
to go and rescue
So
her.
he's
And
done
then
that.
she-
He talks to him a lot, gives him a lot of pointers, saying he needs this, and then he's like, my oath is to protect the boy, and he's like, what about his brother? What about her brother? What about her sister? His sister.
Yeah.
She needs protection too. And then like you're the best, basically. Kisses his ass a lot, and then but it's true
he
though.
gets on
It
the
does.
shuttle.
And then
and he gets on the shuttle.
No, he
I know.
doesn't.
Does he go and get his he goes and gets a lightsaber?
Yeah, and then
doesn't
that's when we have
Goes and gets his lightsaber,
that's
yeah.
where we have the dramatic, not dramatic, but the thing with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
But we have
And you see Anakin's.
and then you get this scene with Leia on the ship again with her little toy, the Bebop.
Lola.
No, it's not Bebop. Is it Lola?
Lola.
Lola.
Lola,
Yeah,
and he
definitely Lola. I just
destroys it,
fact-checked as
doesn't
well.
he? That's it. I don't know what he does.
Crushes it.
He tries to crush it, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's meant to do, but
And that's when she was like, we'll get an army sent to you, innit? That's when she says them comments.
is that when he
doesn't
says
she?
that? Fair
Yeah.
enough.
That's when she says them comments.
And then that's when we see Luke. Then Obi-Wan. Then on his what they call Ash? It's not a horse. It's not a camel.
Oh, don't ask me. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, I
come
know
off
what you're
it.
on about. No, don't. I can't remember what it's called.
It's not a camel.
Yeah, it's the thing with the long nose.
Yep.
I can't remember what it's called. It's basically a camel. It's basically
Ujalant. The name was
it's basically a desert
names in my head.
camel.
That's not the most important bit of that bit anyway. The most important bit of that is when he sees and he gets out his finds the location of his lightsaber. So we know he's gonna go and find her, which is kind of where we lead off. And then like you said, we end well
When he goes to the shuttle.
Yeah.
When he's going onto the shuttle to go to Daiyu. Which is a new planet, obviously made for this. It's a new planet, an unknown planet that we've had.
And then this
And
is
then
what
that wraps
really confuses me. Before we wrap this part of the episode up, because what we'll do is we'll do this and then we'll stop, do a little talk about episode 2, then we'll go straight to the next one. But what really confused me about it is he's hidden his location. Doesn't want anyone knowing he's a Jedi or anything. But as soon as he's about to leave, he flicks his finger out and you see a lightsaber dangling. And you're like,
is that, do you reckon that's because he's lived in hiding for 10 years and he's now proud to?
I don't think so. He's still in hiding anyway. Yeah. He still wants to hide.
Yeah, true.
But, all right. Yeah. But that's going to wrap it up for this segment. We'll come back in within literally 1 second.
Now we move on to episode 2 of Obi-Wan when, first of all, when it starts, he arrives on Daiyu. Looking for Princess Leia. And he's walking around the streets and there's obviously seeing some of the locals and everything like that.
In your Star Wars vast reign of knowledge, which, your brain is, when it comes to Star Wars, you're mega mind in terms of, you know quite a bit. Yeah. Which I hope you're not going to mug me off now while I was saying no to this.
He's literally just built you up.
Did you see anything or anyone in the streets, on the market stall streets, let's just say that, before we get to the snippet where you see someone on the ground, because I know we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But did you see anyone in the market stall streets of any species or anyone that you haven't seen or not for a while that you can link back to?
I can't remember whether he was in the market stall, but you do see him a little bit later. Is one of the bounty hunters with the green eyes, with the big, he looks like a robot. He's Forlom. Everyone thought it was Forlom, but obviously he gets killed. Forlom's one of the bounty hunters, and when they were thinking of the name, it stands for the love of money. For LOBM.
Oh man.
For the love of money.
But that was all
the only
you.
one. That was the
Did
only
you see
one.
any? Because did you see any food being sold that was for any species? Because I know that there was a lot of Gungan food, which is obviously Jabba.
I didn't see it. I didn't notice that.
Not Jabba, sorry.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. So yeah, I didn't know if you noticed that. Yeah.
I never knew that.
I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, I see that a lot trending as well, and I see that myself on the thing. Yeah.
I might have to go back and look at some of the food. No, I didn't even notice any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously we come across a old clone trooper.
Well, he says he was looking for a ship, doesn't he? As well, he goes to the ship and then says all signals are blocked, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
and then carry on.
I was tracking a ship.
Yeah.
And then he says that he goes all signals in and out of Diana
signals in and out are blocked, yeah.
And all that, so got it. And then obviously he finds an old clone trooper on the floor begging for money.
Would that clone trooper not have recognised?
Well,
Obi?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, go on, sorry.
No, I just thought that he would have recognised Obi, or at least had some form of inkling who he was or
who it was.
What he was and such, because
I
know he was after credits, wasn't he? He was after spare credits, and he put his hat out like a bucket, like a hat. Yeah. He put his helmet out like a hat you'd see on the street, and he was like, help a veteran get a warm meal, which I said something along those lines, didn't he? And so I just thought that he would have recognised Obi-Wan, or because Obi-Wan straight away knew who he was, but what he was, and was like what he
was, yeah.
But
that's why he gave us some credits.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, including myself, thought that it was Rex, which is Rex was another clone trooper that got introduced in Clone Wars. Then he became a massive character, and he got reintroduced in Rebels, and so much saying that he was that popular. In Return of the Jedi, there is a task force. Obviously, when they go to infiltrate the shield generator on Geonosis. On Endor, when there was an old in the original film, before obviously Rex and all that was created, like back in the 80s, there was I think his name was Grumps or Gramps, and it's literally just a rebel soldier with a white beard. And when Rebels came about and Rex was reintroduced into Rebels, he has not a grey beard, he has like a white beard.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's introduced in Rebels, he's got a white beard. And people saw that bit and said that obviously he was joining the rebellion and all that. Could that be Rex? And Disney actually did go and change that character and changing from the Grumps to actually Rex. So Rex is technically in Return of the Jedi as well, when you see him with like the white beard.
No.
And all that. And a lot of people thought it was Rex, because obviously they were saying that, because obviously you see a clone trooper on the floor, 501st clone trooper, which is obviously the blue, the clone troopers with the blue on them, and you see him with a beard, and obviously you sit there and think, oh, could it be Rex? But it wasn't, because he didn't have the right helmet. Rex's helmet's different. He's got his helmet's more like it's the same sort of style as a clone trooper, but it's got the antenna like Boba Fett's got, like the antenna that comes out the side of his head. And a lot of people, even myself, I thought it was Rex. I did think it was Rex at first.
Right.
But then he's walking on, and then he sold some spice.
Who's got the Easter egg on this?
Well,
I said you.
Yeah, you actually.
It's Ewan McGregor's daughter. In real life, the one who sells him.
I did like the line that she was. Her line was, "I was someone's daughter once" as well. Obviously, like in that. You're not my dad.
That was. But obviously, spice is obviously Star Wars' version of drugs, and all that.
Plays a big part later as well.
Yeah,
it does.
And then obviously, Dean, I know you both spoke about the fake Jedi.
Well, no,
I thought this was good.
Then he sees the little girl, didn't he? And then she was like, she said something about take you to a Jedi, and he was like, all the Jedis are gone. She was he said all Jedis are gone, and then obviously you see, is it Hadja? Is it Hadja? The fake Jedi or something like that? Is it Hadja? Or
Yeah, I
something
think
like
it's quality.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty.
that? Is that
It's
his, I forgot the name.
fucking quality. Yeah, obviously the fake Jedi, water magnets, the trickery.
Yeah.
Is that this is a Jedi mind trick?
Yeah,
I'm
Like
now
he's trying to
entering.
be.
I'm now entering your mind.
Yeah, it's
just
good.
Little Easter egg as well. He turns around and says, "You will give them safe passage to Corellia, which
Corellia,
is
yeah.
the planet that Han Solo's from, and it's where all the Millennium Falcons, a Corellian, a YT, I think it's a YT Corellian ship.
I like it when she's like, "Your force is so strong." And he's like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I know.
I did have a
Yeah.
feeling that he was a bit off. He did seem when he was sitting there going, "I'm now exiting
Yeah.
your mind or whatever." I was sitting there thinking, "Wait a minute, that's a bit
Erica
off,
Cora.
isn't it?" Entering your mind. No, that was pretty good.
Right,
And then we move.
next scene.
It's the
It's what
spice lab.
he's found it, hasn't he? And he's got to figure out how to get into it. And then he kind of just follows someone through the door.
Well, obviously, we see that Obi-Wan also, before that, he also goes up to Hadja, the fake Jedi. I think his name's Hadja, or the fake Jedi, and like tells him to help him out, doesn't he? Because he's like, "I'll expose you" or whatever. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have like a Breaking Bad sequence with
Yes.
cooking drugs
That looks good.
to cause
I
a
like that.
diversion. And then he causes a diversion, and then he walks past the security guard beast thing, which is a is it actual relation? Not relation, but like is it the same breed as Darth Maul? Not breed, but
Spacey, yeah. I can't remember what they're called.
how does that not give him like PTSD from what happened with Darth Maul?
That's what I was thinking.
Like,
Because when I
surely you
saw
look
that
at him and think,
face,
Jesus, right?
Darth Maul
Because-
speaks. I think they're
Well, because it was
I
all
can't
a
remember what they're
trap
called.
as well. Because like that Reaver knew that Obi was going to come looking for Leia as well. So in the back, while that's going on as well, she's also like looking for him because she knows he's a trap, and like they've alerted, haven't they, that he's coming.
Yeah.
It's a really cool sequence of a couple of scenes that as well, I must admit. Because didn't he say like your father sent me here to save you, and she's like, "Where's the army?" or something like that. She says something like that, didn't she?
And she's
I don't
like,
trust
"Trust
you."
me." And she,
Yeah.
I don't want. How do I trust you when you won't tell me your name and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
He does well for a man that hasn't had a fight in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Does
does get
well.
a little battered up, but he does pretty good. When he comes to it, he relies on the spice, doesn't he? If he didn't get that spice,
Well, yeah.
the girl
Yeah.
gives him for free, obviously. Don't want to say that Obi-Wan goes and buys the spice.
Give him a bad name.
Yeah, give him a bad rap.
Give him a bad name.
But obviously, this.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
next
shuts
scene
the
from
door.
that is it. Next
with
scene
Leia,
after
isn't
that fight scene with Leia, isn't it? Where the Reaver's talking to the Inquisitors, and he's like, "You won't. You're just trying to capture Kenobi to gain his trust, or to gain their trust, or something." They say.
Yeah, I think it is to like big up to Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
Oh
no,
yeah, of course.
no, it's
yeah.
not that. He comes out with Leia. You just see him leave. And then it's when Reva then goes to the actual thing. And then she obviously she opens the door because she's thinking she's going to find Kenobi in there, but she doesn't. She realizes that.
Is that
it's
also
gone
the same
wrong.
time? Then she puts the.
No,
message
she
out
then
the
talks to
bounty
the
hunters, doesn't she?
Inquisitor and then goes behind their back
yeah.
and then does that.
Yeah,
The message.
because the Inquisitor spins his lightsaber, then in the guy's face, and obviously does kill him.
Do you know the bounty photo? Do you know what that photo's from? That's a promo from but that picture itself is one of the promos for when they were promoting the movie back in when it first released. Yeah, like that that still picture. Wow. Yeah.
I think I read somewhere the other day that because obviously it's written in Arabash, which is the Star Wars writing, and I think it says something like "Wanted, Obi-Wan, high treason," and I can't remember what the reward was. I saw
it on Twitter earlier. Yeah, it was something like that. It was a reward upon capture. Reward upon capture.
That was it.
Yeah. reward upon capture. Yeah.
Which I'd wonder what they would give. What they would give to, I mean, especially Obi-Wan. Like the thing is, the Empire could get any sort of money. Can they? They could literally just walk down to a bank and just go, yeah, we'll have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're in the market, aren't they? Obi-Wan and Leia are in the market looking for disguises as such, aren't they? Did you see any Easter eggs there, Ash, or anything?
The poncho that Obi-Wan gives her, she looks like it's like a green poncho, and she starts to resemble what she did in Return of the Jedi on Endor.
And that's when all the bounty hunters start getting the message through on their comms, don't they, about of everything. Yeah. Because then she also didn't realise where they were. So like she asked Obi-Wan, "Where are we?" She said, "In Daiyu." And then she keeps smelling all the food and like wanting to touch and look. She's a kid. She's just a kid.
She wants to put the clothes on, doesn't she?
Yeah, she wants to. Yeah. And then like she keeps saying like, "You sound like my parents," and she says that really funny line about being a grandpa, doesn't she? Like because he was like, pretend I'll pretend you're my dad, and then she's like, more like granddad. Is that?
That's it.
It's when she puts the gloves on, though, isn't it? And he's like,
and he
canvas
goes,
for the coat, and then he's like, you don't need those. And then she carries on putting on, and he's like, and the gloves.
And the gloves, yeah.
But he says as well, you remind, when she's doing like a sort of like a back chat and that, he goes, you remind me of someone.
I see two things on that. Apparently, it might be Padme, but also apparently someone from, is it Rebels? Actually, you would know it.
Satine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
yeah, because in Clone Wars he had he met Duchess Satine, and then had like a relationship with her, and then obviously had to leave her behind because obviously the Jedi rules and all that sort of stuff. And then she got killed in Clone Wars by Darth Maul right in front of him. He executed her right in front of him.
And
then what we
got the little green droid thing, or the silver droid with the massive green eyes. Looks like a
that's
bug.
it.
Oh
that's
what is going on.
That's what I think. That's what Forlorn species is. I don't know what he is. He's sort of got like the body of a protocol. So he's got like the body of C-3PO.
Yeah, but like a head of like
the head of like a fly.
Yeah. And then so we go from that little bit of the action to the bit where she starts saying that, and you got to use your lightsaber to get us out of here. And then he's like, no. And then she's like, you're not a real Jedi.
She also said, "Can you not use the Force?" And then he was like, "The Force would bring too much attention." Yeah, make me float.
And she's like,
and that's also like when the other little kid who's working for it, I keep saying Hajar, the fake Jedi, something like that goes back to the fake Jedi to say like, it was Obi-Wan, a real Jedi. Look what we could have had, and then he goes to sort of on his way to help Obi-Wan and such, didn't he? They go, and then you see the Inquisitors finally. They find out that Reva put the bounty out on Obi-Wan. So then
I can't remember who the other Inquisitor is. I can't remember. I couldn't remember any. The yellow one with sort of like the tubes.
I know what I mean. Yeah.
I can't remember what her name is. I think I can't remember how many Inquisitors there are in total. I think there's 10 of them. But I think because obviously you got the comics. I think one of them. Most of them, obviously, they all obviously die by the end of New Hope because obviously they're not in the original films. But I can't remember what the yellow woman. I can't remember what she's called. Definitely going to be a something sister.
Oh yeah, probably. And then with the scene where is it Leia? She obviously the guy found him, and then he like knocks him out.
Oh, yeah, that weird. Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, did my dad really send you? How do I trust you? Everyone's after you. You're the reason I'm here." And then
you got that weird,
he chases her through the street, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
you got that. And then, hang on.
No, go on. You talk. No.
And when you got that thing when they're on the roof, and then you got that weird like dinosaur bounty hunter like shooting at him.
Yeah, and then he gets pinned on a three. 3 people end up pinging him, doesn't he? And then he pops off.
And it takes forever for Reva to get over to him.
Yeah,
like she's jumping around on all.
But she does that move that's in the Force Awakens. What's the game?
Force Unleashed.
No.
Fallen Order.
That's it. Order. You know the one where he does the Force, where he forces it down.
Oh yeah, forces it. Yeah.
Run down. She does that. move. There's a lot of
I
links to
noticed
him
that.
being in this.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
reckon he will be. I reckon he will be. It makes sense.
And then
Currently
obviously,
playing that in a minute.
it's a good game.
And then obviously Leia falls off, or she falls off the.
Well, she tries jumping,
the
doesn't
building.
she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she tries to jump in,
that's
and she literally
Just
she
just misses it.
yeah.
It's literally one of the cartoons, and when they go like that, they go,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then obviously he's got to reach out and use
And
the
he has
force.
to use the force.
Uses the force.
And
And then everyone
Which button?
sees.
Luckily, yeah, which
He
everyone
only
sees.
just does it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Mm,
It's not like a case of he's just switched it back. And he keeps on saying to Qui-Gon, doesn't he? He goes, if I ever need guidance, it's now.
mm.
but he talks to Qui-Gon a lot. We haven't really touched on that. He talks to Qui-Gon a lot, and he never gets anything back. So I actually don't
No.
even think, because in the third film, Yoda says to him, "You talk to
Yeah.
or wherever it is, open up and
Your
try and talk to him."
master. Your master.
Talk to
Yeah,
him.
he says.
And-
Yeah.
We've never heard him talk to him. He's never.
I think he'll definitely show up in this. Definitely show up in this. 100% show up in this.
Yeah.
Most
I reckon
definitely.
he will.
And then
And
you
then
get
you've got. Oh, go on.
no. Go on, you carry on.
And then you've got. Obviously he uses the force because obviously everyone now knows that Obi-Wan's about and everything like that, and things like that. And then we get the bit when they then escape to the shuttle, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's no. Because then
You also get the bit where don't forget the fake Jedi,
Jedi.
sees
Oh yeah, fake
Obi-Wan use the Force.
Yeah.
That's why he then
Yeah.
helps him, because he's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, he actually is a Jedi.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a trick. I did think that would be a trick at first.
What, the fake Jedi?
No, but when he
Helping.
turns around and says, when he says, like, "Oh, go here," and everything, I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, "What's the Inquisitors promised
I
you?"
just thought it. Yeah. But then, could it be a trick? Because how did it? We'll get onto that bit. But yeah, we'll get onto that. I'll tell it then, because obviously we're going to cover that next anyway. But then obviously the fake Jedi obviously helps him out, telling him where to go.
Yeah.
And then
Obviously the fifth brother and the other Inquisitors block the sort of like terminal to get the shuttles to get away in it.
yeah, and he also does the spin with his lightsaber on the main bounty hunter, doesn't he? As well,
Bounty hunter.
sort of. That was really
Kill him.
cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. And
I think
obviously,
he does actually kill him.
does he? Oh, right.
Yeah, because if
Then
he
obviously-
literally goes, "Where is he?" and then you just hear a at the end, and you're like, "Yeah, he's dead."
Right. Then obviously Reva jumps down to meet the fake Jedi Hajj and the Hajar Estri was his name. Hajar Estri.
that what it is?
Hajar Estri. It's just pinged in my mind. Yeah. They're fighting in the alleyway, but obviously he doesn't stand a chance because he is just a normal person.
And then that's where she used her mind reading tactics.
Yeah.
So she can read
Which
minds. Just confusing why she didn't use it on.
Yeah,
Tatooine.
that is a big sort of a big question, that, isn't it? Actually, how come she just didn't read the mind?
I think this is the fear as well.
Maybe
where
she just
a lot
believed
of
him.
people thought we were going to see the lightsaber for the first time.
Oh, yeah, we haven't
we
actually seen it,
didn't.
have we?
No, you still haven't used it.
No.
But that's what they wait for. They wait for the pop, because that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want it to be.
Yeah.
Like when he used the Force, he didn't overuse it. He literally used a little bit.
And he struggled. As I said,
Yeah.
it wasn't just a case of like, oh yeah, I've done it brilliant, I'm back to normal now. It was literally, you could tell by the way he's moving his hands and the face and everything, you could tell that he only just got that.
So she knows where
He
he
only
is.
just got that.
She knows he's there. But the more important thing about this bit, this is the first time Obi-Wan finds out that Anakin didn't die.
Yeah.
She
And you
tells
can
him
just tell by the look
that
on his
he's
face.
alive. Yeah, and you can tell he's scared.
Well,
Yeah.
also she read his mind as well when she said that, like, he's alive, and then like because his face dropped, she was like, "Oh, you didn't know?" Like she knew that his face dropped. Like she read that his mind, the fact that he didn't know. Yeah, I felt that was really cool. It was really, really, really. She was like, "You're not going to die today." She was like, "She's
Yeah,
just,
today.
obviously, yeah."
Yeah, he wants it, doesn't he?
You can't run from him.
Yeah, you can't run from him. So
Or
she's obviously out to get him.
she was like,
him.
I'm just going to take you to him, is what she kept saying. I'm just going to take you to
Yeah.
him. Lord Vader will be pleased and things like that.
But then
Yeah.
the Grand Inquisitor comes out and stops it all. And it's like,
It
he's
ruins
mine.
the party, didn't he?
Yeah.
It sort of spills the party, didn't he?
And obviously they have a little talk for like 5 seconds and then she stabs him.
Yeah.
We all have our theories. Some people think
Yeah.
he's dead. A lot of people think he's not dead. I don't think he died.
Maybe some
Ashley,
other people have watched.
hit-
Other people have watched.
Hit
Rebels
us with one reason
yeah.
why you don't think he's dead. Go.
because he's in Rebels, which is set 5 years after this.
No.
So unless it is a completely different one, which I very much doubt, but there is no way that guy's dead.
So,
as I said,
for the
if they
record,
did that, yeah,
Ashley on Fusion Lab podcast is saying the Grand Inquisitor is not dead.
He's not dead.
Because of what reason?
because he's in Rebels, which is set 5 years after that, after
Thank you.
Obi-Wan.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's
Right,
no
so
way that guy died.
Clip
No way he's
it.
dead.
Clip that. And then
Clip
that's
that.
what we're talking about. And then we move on
Not
to
dead.
the bit where obviously they go into the ship and he realizes that Anakin's still alive and it's the first
He's
time
just-
she hit him.
Yeah.
And then he says
He's sick.
Anakin, which is quality because he says Anakin and then you
And
get
it looks
to
like it
the,
awakes.
it looks like one of
awakes
them
him.
Baxter oh, he's not Baxter the
Back
what
to
do they call him?
back to tanks.
Yeah, it
Back
looks
to
like he's in a
tanks, yeah,
Baxter
yeah.
tank. So, and then this is the
Well,
first
as
time
soon
you
as
see Hayden,
yeah.
is it Hayden Christensen as
Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen,
Darth
yeah.
Vader.
Yeah.
What is it, Anakin? But and that's where we end,
And he-
really.
And he just opens up his eyes, and then you just see the breathing. You just hear the breathing.
You
it
see the
cuts to
red
black, and
eyes.
there's the
You see
breathing.
the red
Yeah.
eyes as well. If you look at it carefully, you see the red eyes.
Yeah,
And he's just very. I can't wait to see him in
He-
action. I even think their next
know.
episode might be all about him.
yeah. Darth Vader focus. I mean, they
Yeah.
have. Hayden Christensen has turned around and said in an interview that apparently we're going to see Darth Vader. He's absolute craziness and most powerful that you've ever seen him.
Good. They can,
Which obviously,
the thing is, yeah, they can make Darth Vader. Like, now they've got these That's the good thing with Star Wars. Star Wars with their like timelines.
Mm.
Nothing is literally set 2 minutes after each other.
Mm.
So they can really just go like there's like so many years difference between
yeah,
when they finished episode 3 to episode 4. So they can literally just make Darth Vader be an absolute menace in the city. If they want to make a Darth Vader TV show, they can make it. And they can
Yeah.
turn him into the. Look at who's in him. Weren't thinking. What was the one?
Rogue One,
Rogue One. Or he turned up at the end.
and then the Rogue One. Yeah,
Just absolutely slayed.
yeah.
And
I think it's nice for them to make up because obviously in the original films, obviously they couldn't do much with him because obviously technology and all that sort of stuff, and they couldn't really make him as menacing as what they want. But it's nice that they can go back now to previous timelines with all the money and everything like that, make him like really like powerful.
yeah, that's good though.
And obviously,
Right.
but yeah,
Ash, any Easter eggs, anything that you haven't covered
I
that
think
you
I've
need to
covered
cover quickly?
all the ones that I've spotted. I think I've covered them. Apart from the Inquisitor,
Dean,
not
any
definitely not being
Easter
dead.
eggs or
I'm not-
snippet? You're
I'm
done.
not, I'm
No.
not a Star Wars buff.
Shall we move on
Ashley.
to our episode 1 and 2 rating? What we thought
Yep.
of the episode
Yep.
out of 10?
Yeah.
Dean, I'll go with you first.
Go on, I'll go
episode
first.
1.
I thought it was good. I'm actually really enjoying it. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like I'm watching. I don't know. Like, it's different when I watch the Marvel ones. I like them, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not missing something. But I'm always like, I feel like the first two Marvel. When you watch a Marvel one, the first 2 episodes are always really kind of
Prolonged.
slow. Whereas
Mm.
I feel like episode 1 was really. It was just like I said. It kind of just showed how down he
Straight to the
got.
point.
And how bad he got within the last 10 years and how nothing, not even a Jedi coming to him and saying to him, look, I used to be my mentor, or that would even get him out of his right. It had to take something really serious. The fact that Leia got taken and that Jedi then unfortunately died was the reason why he then come out, because he was like, I need to do this just to save her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
What
I'll give
about
it
your
around
episode? Go on.
probably a don't know, probably a strong 7.
7 out of 10. What about your
Yeah.
episode 2?
Probably the same, but a 7. I don't
The
want to give
same
anything
sort of-
so high.
No,
'cause
no, yeah,
expectations I
absolutely.
think are going to be always like that. So I reckon about 7.
Star Wars Guru, episode 1 rating.
I'm going to go with Dean and say a 7 because I've got a feeling that the same with episode 2 as well. I'm going to give it a 7 because I said I think that we're really going to see some proper decent
Yeah.
Star Wars in the next episode. I don't want to say, oh yeah, this one's a 9 and then the next one will be like above a 10 or whatever
Yeah,
like that.
because
So I'd
you'll
say
never
probably-
then get the right rating. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd probably say about a 7. About a 7. Meet sort of
Both
like in the-
both on a 7 for each episode. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a strong rating for the first 2 episodes. I like that. I like that. That's good. Me myself, as not being a massive Star Wars fan, but watching it due to the pod and want to learn new things. That's why I'm a little bit quiet this episode because normally I'm a Marvel
Yeah.
fan. I've always have been, always will be. As it's a new sort of new scenes for me, I will give it a 7 as well. Both episodes are 7. There's always room
That's
for
good,
improvement.
though.
on a
Yeah,
7.
of course there is.
Yeah,
And it's,
that's
always,
good.
and it's only the first 2. Like,
Mm.
I can't
Yeah,
actually wait for
absolutely.
tomorrow for the new one.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was coming out on
absolutely.
Wednesday. I thought it was a Friday.
No, we
but
thought it was
Yeah.
Friday.
So are they hitting it the Wednesdays the same as
yeah,
you
it'll
get
be the same as Marvel.
all your Marvel Wednesdays, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're telling me in a couple of weeks' time when Miss Marvel drops on a Wednesday, also get a drop on a Wednesday for Miss Marvel and Kenobi.
Probably we're going to
Yeah.
be busy.
I think
Content.
Busy.
Content.
There's so much we can do.
Content.
Right,
Yeah.
so we're going to end it there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
all good.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't forget to follow us on all our social medias at Fusion Lab
You said Fantastic
underscore.
Three,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
didn't wish to the Fantastic Fusion Lab underscore. If the Fantastic 3 does pop up and you click on it and it is us, that is obviously us. You'll find us on YouTube as well if you want to watch the video format of it. There will be exclusive content coming to either the audio version of these
Mhm.
podcasts or it will be coming to the video format. We haven't decided yet. We've got to discuss that and sort it out. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, and don't forget to share and tell everyone about us. All right. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Cool.
Bye.
See you later.